Hello and welcome to another episode of Malt Magic and More, where we try and answer life's big questions like, will Ander ever learn, and will it ever be just a chest? Who knows? Let's find out. It's the After the Show show. Well happy with that intro.
That was good. That was good.
Pat myself on the back.
It's definitely one of your better ones, mate.
I've set the bar too high now. It's going to be shit next week.
That's all good. Ebbs and flows, mate. Ebbs and flows.
That's it. That is it. Fucking hell. We achieved something though. We actually got through some of the house. If that can be classed as an achievement.
You've explored the whole lower level. Well,
Yeah.
almost the whole lower level.
And we didn't die.
We didn't die. We haven't been taken over, and we have. Oh, what have we got? Oh yeah, more questions.
Considering I thought the episode was going to be Kirik trapped in the room by himself and us banging on it for an hour, he actually just let us in.
Yeah,
But now I know why, because he wants your soul.
yeah. He also wouldn't have got you.
Oh, no, he doesn't want your soul.
He wants your
Wait, he wants my
body.
body.
He wants your body.
Oh, he wants
Your
your
body.
body.
What, my dream at the end, do you think that was him? Although it was
Yes,
a voice I
of course
didn't
it was. Of
recognise.
course that was him.
It was a voice I didn't recognise, so he's got loads of voices.
It's probably
He's
him.
got a Danish.
Dave just pulls out a random Danish from
How you
fucking holiday.
Has that been baking
But
and
hey.
eating while we've been streaming?
I haven't.
We-
I haven't. I haven't been eating anything.
So
I
does
have
that
now.
mean, will I get chance, Matt, to react, or will it just be, if I fall asleep, I'm fucked?
Well, you're already asleep.
That's a good point. But
Well,
like, you know, when
actually-
you dream, is it a lucid dream? Do I know what's happening? Can I control myself? Or is it just like, well, I'm just going to have to go with the flow here? And did he pick
You do this to me every
because,
week. You ask me questions that I simply cannot answer until you play it.
Yeah, but I could try, can't I? You know, Ander doesn't learn his lessons, and Ander takes after me.
Is your first character, so yeah.
Yeah,
It is
so,
funny.
do you think he picked me because I got the most riddles right
Yeah.
for the first time ever, by
Yeah.
the way, and for the last time ever?
Fucking
Yeah,
bossed those
definitely.
riddles, to be fair.
Yeah, you absolutely bossed them. Yeah, that was amazing.
I was always that kid at school, if I knew the answer, I shouted it out, because I was so proud of myself for knowing the answer for a change.
You were the same at uni, mate, to be fair.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's true. So that's good. So I look forward to being possessed next week. Why does
Again.
he hate ethereal?
Why
What's your
doesn't
theories?
he?
Ethereal.
Apart from the
again.
fact that he's a
Ethereal.
twat.
Is
Ethereal? Am I saying it wrong?
Ethereal.
ethereal?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck's sake.
I'm still going to say
Ethereal, there we
ethereal
go.
because I can't remember the ethereal.
Ithuriel.
Can't you just call people Steve?
No.
I can spell Steve.
He was the fish market
Oh, but
dude.
can you?
Yeah. Steve who sells fresh fish. What we need, I want
You never did get his
For-
name.
a montage video of just you saying out of context things in NPC voices. So just
Yeah.
that's going to take
Maybe
way
I'll do
too
that
much
for the socials.
time and effort on my part to do all of that. But just
On that note,
I'll do it
we
with the
say
socials.
that we like to make something for the socials that we'll clip a video, a section of that out. I don't even know what to pick apart from just put the 3-hour video up because
yeah,
the whole bit was like, oh that'll do, oh that'll do.
You've got the skeletons in the closet bit.
yeah
Skeletons in the closet. You've
Or
got
Danny.
Four
four,
Anders.
Or
Yeah.
Ander. Yeah.
Four Anders in the corridor.
throwing up.
oh man,
Also,
Oh, you have
Lord
the
Arif.
you have the Ander. Did you find anything? No, and both of us just going inside.
insight check.
Inside check.
Yeah, that's going on.
was a good one.
You're just gonna have
So
to do what
his
I do every
servants
week
called
and
him Lord
rewatch the
Arith.
episodes.
Yeah.
But what he didn't tell us what his real name is or his other name. So do you
Maybe
think he's somebody we've already come across or heard about?
No, I don't think so. I think he's just a dude.
I think he's
Well,
a generally
powerful
just
dude.
arrogant, powerful dude. He's not. Again, it's not one of those evil or good things. He's just he wants to do just sort of that rich guy can do what I want, and I will enjoy having servants and slaves and sod whatever
Drunk on
happening
power.
out.
Yeah.
Just power. Yeah. Yeah. I have power. I don't think that he is inherently evil. I just don't think that he necessarily wants to help us if it doesn't help him.
Yeah.
I don't know whether it's that he was doing something bad and Ethereal was trying to stop him, or vice versa. Whether they're both bad, both grey area, don't really know.
He might. It's like Jafar, where he just wants more power, then he ends up getting trapped in the lamp when he turns himself into a genie.
Yeah.
He's kind of done
This is
that.
the lamp. Yeah.
Yeah. I do not know anything about the gods Ayun and Erathis. Is that what you said? Out of character,
Ayun.
do you guys know about those gods?
Yes.
Yeah.
Dargon doesn't.
I think you said Ayun, Arathis, and that'll be Moradin,
A dwarven
the
one.
dwarven one. Yeah, Moradin. Yeah.
Are they gods of like knowledge and stuff? Because he said he wanted that sort of.
Ayun
Warforged,
Ayun
didn't
is
he?
knowledge. Yeah, I've got
God
the
of all
book
knowledge.
here.
Because he said he didn't want a fight in Warforged, so that would be Feltag out of the way. So I assumed those gods would be gods of
Oh, yeah, he
knowledge
said
and wisdom and
preference.
stuff.
I think he probably would still take it if he had a choice. So
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all knowledge. They all can be knowledge gods.
Okay. Is my Conjure Elemental Scroll? That's a 5th level spell, isn't it? So that is
fucking dangerous.
badass.
5th level
So-
spell, yeah.
Is it homebrew that you'll need to add to my character sheet, or do I just put scroll of 5th level in and write notes about what the spell is?
No, it should be
You can
one.
just put a spell scroll of Conjure Elemental. You can search for it, and it'll
Yeah.
find it.
Oh, okay.
My only question is,
It's an item that exists in core content.
So I can cast wizard spells because Arcane Trickster comes from the wizard list, right? But I don't have 5th level
Conjuration spell.
spells. So does that mean I need to do a
Doesn't matter.
DC save when I try and cast it?
Read the spell scroll conditions, basically. That will tell you what happens when you try and cast
So I just
that.
read spell scroll 5th level, and it said if you can't cast, you have to do an ability check.
So I had to do it for
Pretty
Legend
much it.
Law at the time because I didn't have it.
Yeah.
or also, is it a specific elemental, or do you get to pick?
Conjure Elemental.
You can pick.
The spell.
Whoa.
You can pick.
Yeah, the problem is if you lose concentration on the spell.
Yeah. Then it is immediately an enemy.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
That
And
is the
it's great at
downside
concentrating.
to an amazing nuke, is it can backfire.
Yep.
And if you... So
Well, it's
basically
not-
only
when I
use
search
it
the
if you do
equipment,
have
it's not gonna-
Warcaster, and then it's
Shit.
less dangerous?
Or if you're away from combat most of the time, which Ender does. So
All that.
That's true. I'm not going to take damage necessarily, am I?
It would be one of those Conjure Elemental and then hook off.
yeah.
Because it's essentially a servant, isn't it? Like an elemental servant.
You get
Yep.
to tell it what... I think it's own initiative. Is it own initiative? Yeah.
I think so, yeah. It's
And
just
you-
it's another creature.
And you just command it.
Follows your initiative.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Does it follow?
Can't
Follow his
fully
initiative?
find it.
Very based.
Nice.
Very cool.
So yes, very, very good, that one.
We're finally having a rest.
Finally having a rest.
Oh my
But
god.
there's still so much we haven't talked about.
So much we haven't talked about, and
I've now had a second dream that I need to tell you about. I haven't even told you about my first dream yet. I'm on for this one.
Yeah, I hate the fact that it's like we come into here and we're like, yeah, okay, we're determined. We know what we want to do. We want to like go follow this prophecy, and now we're just gonna get sidelined by this dude. I'm just like,
so many.
Part of me is just going, yeah, cool. We're definitely gonna find some like a body for you. And then not.
Yeah.
I've got such a long list.
In my heart of
See, I
hearts,
saw that going one of two ways, that whole encounter. Either Kirik was just going to lose his shit and attack the thing, or there was going to be the situation which we had, which we were all just going to leave peacefully. But
it was very close, and to be honest, Kirik just wants to like, nah, not dealing with this.
Not deal with it. So actually, as well as say, not deal with it as in walk out, or just go back in and just smack the crap out of it.
Smack the crap out of it. Just destroy it.
You would have an ally in that. Yeah.
Part of me wanted to smash it just to see what had happened.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to be the one to get possessed, because I definitely couldn't. I'd be worried I won't make the Constitution save, or whatever save it would be. Oh, but even if it was a wisdom, I'd be fucked up.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's the interesting question then. Is it if you tell us what reactions does the party have to your second dream?
Guess we'll find out.
Guess we will.
They'll be like, oh, fucking hell, there he is. Anders going to get cursed again. And then you might actually choose to leave me having a bath while you go speak to him. You might choose for me to stay out of the room when you go to speak to him again the next day.
I mean, we still have. I think. What's it called?
Hero's Feast.
Hero's Feast lasts for 24 hours, right?
Yeah.
So we'll still have it when we wake up.
Yeah.
So we'll still have wisdom advantages. So.
Hang about, I haven't been doing advantage on my wisdom saving throws all day. Fuck.
You haven't. It was only like 2 or 3, wasn't it?
I didn't get too much happened to me though, did I?
No, it wasn't for damage either. It was mostly for either you throw up or something.
No, it wasn't the one that was a wisdom saving throw and you're just like, oh, okay.
There was a wisdom saving throw, yeah. There's a couple.
I can't
I think you
remember
passed
what
it
now.
anyway.
It was to like make your way into the room, I think. That was the very first one. I can't remember the second one.
That was a con saving throw, wasn't it?
Wisdom saving throw to the ones with the dead bodies.
Yeah.
Bless you.
Bless you.
And here we go again.
There we go.
Thank you. There we go.
Yeah.
Man, again, it's just one of those ones that's like, especially after like that long, even after our dream, we wanted to work out what it was. Then chatting to, the ladies in River's End. It's like more information that we want to talk about. Yeah. Just constantly wanting to discuss what the hell we're going to do.
And if we haven't even looked for clues on this guy yet, that study.
Yeah.
We haven't even looked at it.
I hope we get a chance to wake up, sit down together, eat some breakfast in there, and work out what we want to do. And that is a macro and
I don't think you will.
Probably just need to start dealing with some of the shit, really.
Yeah.
Just not start dealing with it. Just like put them in order. Just like
it'd be easy to deal with it if there wasn't more stuff to deal with every time we.
Try and sort something. Look, let's just
but we can't deal with everything. We just need to ignore some stuff. It's like this dude wants a body. Who fucking cares? Let's just go and deal with the bigger thing.
The friends are lost in the Feywild. Not our problem. Above our pay grade.
See you later, Winter's Tale.
Yeah. Just like look.
I'm close to Feltak anyway. You can have him.
Maybe you're right. Maybe you are right.
Well, Dagon and Keurig will not let that happen.
Yeah.
You've got to again find out. Have we all got to start being ruthless here?
I'll persuade the shit out of you next week.
Maybe it'll need it.
I can't roll also, like, a 10 on persuasion.
I mentioned this to Dave, like during the break. This place is definitely a cult house.
Oh
like,
yeah.
Definitely, there's definitely some
large
cult shit
table
going on.
And like
large table, people
chests.
dead in closets.
Yeah,
unless it was the headquarters for him and Ethereal and all the other wizard douchebags. And they live as like a coven, whatever the equivalent of a coven is.
Maybe,
is there a wizard
like,
equivalent?
Just a
what's a group of wizards called?
College.
College or academy?
Yeah.
Doesn't sound as cool as coven, does it?
Like everything is like pristine as well.
The most apt term.
Yeah. Everything's pristine and clean. It's like, nah, something wrong here.
Yeah. We haven't even,
yeah.
Oh, it's got free flowing water everywhere. The plants don't die. It's pristine. And yet it's full of dead people.
Mm-hmm. And there is definitely wild magic connected to him. Either keeping him there, which I think is what he said, the wild magic that was around Nylon is
like, what's allowed him to achieve this.
Yeah.
So he's kind of tapped into it, I
He's
suppose,
tapped into it.
Achieve.
Unfortunately, it doesn't sound like he is the source, as we thought last MMM.
Yeah.
MMM.
So apparently the multiple of wizards, or a group of wizards, is a coven. However, if you go by Terry Pratchett, it's called a war.
Nice.
A war of wizards. Nice.
That sounds
cool. Cooler.
Yeah.
That does sound
That sounds very cool.
No wrong with a coven, though. It makes sense.
Pretty cool as well.
Yeah.
It makes sense to have the same one for witches and wizards.
True.
Gender equality and all that.
Yeah.
Convocation.
Again, that's very similar to the BBC sketch about the fact that they were talking about a group of apes, or as we call it, a flange, and it was just a comedy. It was just a comedy sketch, and it ended up in textbooks, and they started calling it a flange of monkeys and apes. It's just like hilarious.
It's like when do you remember Brass Eye?
Yeah.
When they actually thought that was serious news.
Yeah. But then you've got things like when War of the Worlds was first released as a radio play, people thought it was really happening.
That's such a cool story.
It is a very cool story.
So awesome.
These days it'd be a hoax.
There's
a thing not to listen late at night by yourself. Don't listen to War of the Worlds.
Yeah, no.
Late at night.
All anybody did back then was drink and smoke, so they would have been pissed by themselves at like midnight.
By about 7, to be honest.
Yeah. There's aliens there. Matt, the health from Hero's Feast is not temporary hit points, right? It's like aid. It's just
it is aid, yeah. Sorry, it's like aid, yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it increases your max hit points for that
hit point maximum
period. Yeah.
Nice. Oof.
It'd be nice to get my spell slots and my bardic
I was loving the use of the Wrath of the Raven Queen tonight as well. Totally forgot I'd created that bit.
Mm-hmm. I don't use it very often because obviously I save my reactions for natural 20s.
Well, it's also the fact that it has to be a miss as opposed to a hit.
Yeah, whereas mine has to be a hit.
Most reactions are like on a hit. Yeah.
Oh,
so
okay.
That one's on a miss.
I didn't pick up that nuance.
Yeah.
And that's why I used Shield of Fate, which increases my AC by 2.
Nice.
So my AC was at 22 at that point.
Oh, so shit.
So is it basically the same as... Because there's a reaction spell shield, isn't there?
That's a wizard.
So it's like that, but you have it as a bonus action rather than as a reaction.
Yeah, and it's plus... It's concentration and it's plus 2. Whereas shield is a reaction, lasts for the whole turn, but it's like
plus 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
but that means like putting Shield of Faith doesn't allow me to do other stuff like Spirit Guardians or Bane or.
It was a very good use then, because you're in a tiny room, not a lot else can happen, there's not a lot of other things. It's therefore pointless to do something like Spirit Guardians, and therefore work well. But if you're in a massive horde and a massive room with loads of people around you, not that useful.
Yeah, it's basically if Kirik's looking to tank a little bit, that allows him to like put his AC at 22, which is pretty beefy.
Yeah.
I need to actually go through all of my equipment and add up the weight.
Your weight?
Everything in that bag of holding. Because as I was putting stuff in my bag of holding, right, it was saying I was encumbered. But then, so what I did, I modified the weight to 0 because it was in my bag of holding. By doing that, I now can't count up the weight of the stuff in the bag of holding. So I'm going to have to remove all of those and add up the weight. So basically, Dagon, I might give you loads of gemstones next week.
Yeah, you might have to. Yeah.
Because I've got fuckloads. But I've got 15 emeralds. That's 15,000 gold they're worth, according to the equipment list.
We have a diamond as well.
Yeah.
Finally.
Well, I'll give it to you actually, so you're all right. But if it's a perfect diamond, that's got to be worth more than 5,000.
No, it was it was a perfectly cut diamond. It didn't say how big, so we still got to have it checked to make sure that it is enough, because it could be 100 gold, right? Just very well cut. Therefore, very tiny.
With that platinum and with my current just coins, I've got 18,273 gold. If you added up all the copper, silvers, electrum, gold, and platinum.
18,000.
Nice. What have I got?
See, this is why I look in chests and bet money on Dagon in fights. But also,
I've got about 6,000.
3,000 in opals, 15,000 in emeralds, and another 5,000 in opals on top of that. Just various different coloured opals. Oh, and another 1,000 in rubies and sapphires.
Wow.
So I am literally balling.
Yeah.
We're going to go to Mephisto.
Need to find a bank.
250 equivalent in gold pieces.
It's going to be like supermarket sweep when we get to Mephisto's.
Yeah.
Just chuck it all in the trolley, lads. Let's fucking have it.
When's that
for anybody
be?
outside of the UK watching is one of the worst UK game shows ever to have existed.
It's absolutely appalling.
Basically, you run around a supermarket with a trolley and fill it up with stuff as quick as you can.
And you just have thousands of people shouting at the telly, "Why are you going to the pasta aisle? Why?"
Yeah. So, to be fair though, you're right. We might never get to Mephisto's for about 4 months, because I don't necessarily want to go. Although I've got questions for the Malt Masters. What artifact did they steal?
Yeah.
Now I know there's 12 of them. I thought there's going to be about 3. So then there's 12. Cheers. I don't actually necessarily want to go back to the Malt Masters and waylay ourselves again.
Well, that's what I thought when you were on about Mephisto. I'm just like, are you guys ever going back to Glentuag?
I was just going to say, I mean, they have been lying through their teeth once again. Do we really want to believe them?
But then again, I don't think we can go back to them in an accusational manner.
No.
I just think we need to say, we've found out this information. We want your side of the story because we're friends and allies, so we want to give you a chance to explain yourself. And then kick off. I chucked my pen at the screen then. And then kick off if you don't like the answer. I think we're going to have to approach it diplomatically.
But they're also aligned with Ethereal, who we keep hearing is not a wonderful chap, and we already kind of guessed that anyway.
I think they tolerate Ethereal, and the Stillman is just the worst at hiding it.
Yeah, but I suppose the other thing you just got to remember is just sometimes people don't get on. So maybe we have met a guy in an orb, 2 people in Riversend, 4, Malt Masters and Ethereal, who all just hate each other because they're all just stuck up, right? And actually they're all trying to help us out, and we just need to just carry on and get them to all just play nice, children,
Maybe it's the equivalent of I suppose politics today. They're all just different parties jibing each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You put that very
they're all just
politely.
playing the Game of
Very
Thrones,
politely.
and they're all jealous that the Malt Masters have a higher standing than they believe they should, considering they're
they're the
essentially
Lannisters or
immigrants.
something.
Yeah,
You either win or you die.
Yeah. So, again, it's just maybe.
I just hope Nyland doesn't end like Game of Thrones. It's going to have a better ending in it, Matt.
What, piss poor?
It was absolutely.
Yeah, it's going to have a better ending in it.
Better do.
If we ever get there.
Well, it doesn't
You'll
matter
get there.
if
Even if this game goes on for 10 years, we'll get there.
The thing is, though, are any of us completists? Are we going to have to solve every side quest? Can we get away with just the main story?
I mean, I usually am.
Yes, for video games. Yeah, yes for video games. For D&D, no.
No.
Usually not.
Kirk's a naff on that.
No, because completing those side missions after you've finished in D&D is just like, I don't know, watching someone hoover.
It also gets to the point where in D&D you've leveled up beyond the point of going back to a side quest. It can literally just be a footnote in the closing,
yes.
comments.
You went back to here. You slaughtered all of them.
Dealt with that.
Yeah. Ander lost an eye. We regrew it. You know. Yeah.
I do keep having fleeting thoughts about, at some point, will Ander have not an epiphany, but a moment where
Erection.
where he is no longer an arcane trickster.
Right.
Will he have like a moment happen to him? Because if you think about it, I've got to embrace being the king to become the king. So will I have to go through a character development metamorphosis where I come out of the cocoon? Not an arcane trickster, but more like...
Yeah, but you've taken College of Eloquence. That's quite good for a king.
Yes.
Right.
I've gone down the gift of the gab thing. I mean, arcane trickster with deception and trickery, it kind of works.
All negotiation is sort of saying things in the right order to get exactly what you want in the first place.
So does that lead me then to Mastermind? Rather than arcane trickster.
Okay, that does sound quite good.
Or inquisitive, yeah.
Yeah.
Or inquisitive.
Yeah.
Inquisitive's awesome.
Depends what happens in the Soul Forge. I could become Soul Knife or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
No,
I was looking at Inquisitive for
Soul Knife.
A future character you might want to play.
I've got an Inquisitive Rogue backup
Basically,
character.
when Kirik dies, this is what's happening.
Yeah.
No, not for like for campaign 2 or something like that. Who knows?
Okay.
I was just thinking. I've never played the Rogue, so
I did see, and also totally unrelated. Has anybody been on D&D Beyond and seen the post about how to adapt WandaVision for D&D?
No, I haven't seen WandaVision. No.
You haven't seen WandaVision?
Oh, well,
Will Park.
No, I
need
haven't.
to watch
madness.
No, I haven't seen that post. I'm caught up with WandaVision.
Oh,
yeah. So everybody needs to watch WandaVision because it's amazing. B, check that post out because it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, I haven't watched it, and I want to. It's definitely on my list.
Well, you've not seen
What
any
they
of
do,
it on just
like-
Friday's episode.
I haven't watched a single episode.
What do they do? Wild Magic Sorcerer for Wanda?
It's how to make the hex basically work for your table. It's really interesting how they've sort of put it all together.
That's cool.
It would take some work, but it sounds pretty cool.
If we not all die, but would you play a similar type of character in the next campaign? As in, well, you said you'd play a rogue actually, so I know your answer already. I think I'd want to go complete other end of the spectrum.
Yeah, I'd want to go completely opposite.
Just to challenge
I'd probably
myself
play a
to play a
melee.
different character.
I'd probably play a melee character. Yeah.
Do you know? Yeah, I've been trying to think. What would I do? And I do have my backup character, and it is very different. I think But it's also been interesting the fact that obviously I've picked a fighter with spells, so kind of covering not all areas but a good range of areas. And as on top of a warlock, and I'm like, ooh. So anyway, I did try to find something that was quite different. Hope it's.
Although I'm having a lot of fun with cleric. Cleric is
super
cool.
Yeah.
Having a lot of fun with cleric. Fucking the DM's day up weekly with cleric.
Because obviously playing Ander is easy-ish because he can just say what comes into his head, because I just say what comes into my head in real life. In a campaign in a different universe that I'm a paladin, right? And it's really hard actually to play a guy who's trying to do the right thing all the time and protecting people. Although he's on an oath of vengeance, so I can do angry shouts and stuff. But do you get what I mean? It's really hard. No, he wouldn't say that. He wouldn't say that.
Tough, isn't
so
it?
Just like,
what's his deity?
Hor, the god of vengeance. It's a weird. But the DM sent me it to say, "Here's a god of vengeance."
No, that's all good.
Cheers.
So as a slight DM's spoiler for things that will be happening soon, I was not totally happy with the Pantheon of Wildmount, so that will be expanding.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
I mean, I know 3 of the 12 gods. That is the limit of my knowledge.
I think if you think about it, you probably know more.
Oh, obviously Paylor and
you've come across
Paylor,
the
Raven
names of
Queen,
more than
Ioun are 3 that obviously you can immediately pick now.
Arthas, Moradin. We've come across Moradin before because you gave somebody that cup back that had Moradin symbol on it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about
that. Whatever else is in the temple at Glentwag. Was there some other ones that we didn't?
Well, yeah, that'll be the 12.
12.
Yeah.
So
obviously I don't pay attention because I've never been in it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You've had no need.
So I'll be interesting to play a different character that's not based on my personality traits. So then it'll be harder and more of a challenge, and it'll be more.
I think it's always
acting,
more interesting to
then.
take yourself out of your comfort zone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Might
I mean,
Play a character that is not your own traits.
I'm interestingly trying that with Dargon now, in the fact that like today actually, that choice of a fierce warrior who loves a fight, but you ask me to just go and murder someone, and I'll just I prefer to chop your head off for the insolence of telling me to do something that is against everything I believe.
Yeah.
And it's actually quite interesting to remind yourself of that fine line again with Goliaths usually being barbarians. It's just usually like I've got a weapon, whereas it's quite hard to follow that sort of toe the line.
It's that chaotic good though, isn't it? If I'm going to do the right thing, which is to stop you, and if that involves chopping your head off, then fuck you.
Yeah, but I'm no longer chaotic good.
That's why I was thinking of.
Am I not?
Being chaotic neutral. I was thinking one of Anders' things is he hates oppression and tyranny.
Oh no, I still am.
So obviously he's a free spirit.
Good.
Or what did I change from? Neutral.
Sorry. You've gone from chaotic good to neutral good, so you need to change that on your character sheet, actually.
Is it neutral good? Yeah.
You are now neutral good.
That's the one. Thought I'd change that.
Neutral good.
So yes, I've been trying to work that neutral good line, and yeah.
Yeah, I'm still chaotic neutral, and I hate tyranny and oppression, as you can imagine. I'm a free spirit. So that's why I was trying to go along the lines of if he got free and became another Eladrin and became another tyrant for us to defeat. That's why I specifically used the word tyrant to kind of link back to my backstory a little bit.
Yeah.
But people don't know that. That's not like an Easter egg that people will know. But it was helping my head keep me on track.
Yeah. But yeah, it's things like, you shall not murder. You will follow the law unless it is not... Unless it's wrong. Unless it's wrong to follow the law, basically. Against morals to do so. And so... Yeah, it's all, and never run from a fight. Always take it on. Even if you're going bad, even if it's going badly, don't ever run away from it. It's good to beat an opponent that's better than you, but it's bad to actually kill an opponent who's worse than you. So
we've done that loads of times.
Before I changed.
But technically, right, you killed the mimic in one hit. So that was a lesser enemy then, wasn't it?
Could be.
So what
was a one-to-one?
It was
probably would have fucked you up.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I mean, you guys fucked it up a bit, and then I had a natural 20. So that was.
So what sort of? So would it be like next time round if we did our time again at the ruins of Escalion, you would have spared some of those lesser cult people?
It might have been that I would have at least attempted some sort of, you don't have to do this. But again, a good fight, It's an interesting one. There does sort of sound a grey area, and there are like huge listings on.
With neutral good, the clue is in the neutral. As long as it ultimately leads to good,
yeah,
you don't really care whether it's
so actually in that
right
respect,
action or a wrong action.
Those cultists,
So does Vigilante?
I'd say Batman's more lawful neutral though.
Yeah, that's
lawful neutral?
Not lawful though.
Chaotic neutral actually.
It would be like chaotic neutral, chaotic good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't follow the law.
No.
He's vigilante. So.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah, I mean, I would say going back to your question there about Iscalia, it would be you're doing something wrong here. You do need to go. I suppose that will be it. I think it's just that there are some other sort of morals that are sort of a guide. Basically, what it would mean is you wouldn't walk into a bar with an old bloke there and just punch him to the ground. Just
like Conor McGregor, yeah.
So it's that level, Yes, a lesser enemy, fine, but it's just and it was definitely. Oh, and this is another one. It would be. Again, you can choose how much of this you would do, but one of the suggestions is that you would actually pick up if you knocked a weapon out of your enemy's hands, you'd let them pick it back up. A fair fight, basically. You need to make sure that it's always a fair fight. So, yeah.
That's a bit samurai-esque, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Yeah, I suppose it is. So, anyway, it's one of those ones that alignment, though, is obviously very much of that. It's a guide.
Okay. Samurai.
Yeah, so I said it, that'd be cool, wouldn't it?
Dargon could have picked a different fighter subclass and gone down the samurai route. That would have been fucking awesome.
There's always time for change.
You need a hell of a fucking samurai.
Now we got Tashes.
Yeah, now you got Tashes, then,
Are we all ready for the new source books?
Not at all, don't even know what's coming.
Adventures, and then
back to
Ravenloft.
That's going to be cool.
Yeah.
The College of Spirits looks cool, but you use that
gonna,
now one shot, which I didn't twig until you reminded me.
Yes. I did. So College of Spirits
because
is
you've
a
got
lot
things like Spirit Shroud.
Depends how much they've changed
you?
between UA and the final version. So I'll be intrigued to see what happens there. I will change Tremolo the minute that it gets released and make sure I update it.
What's the two classes? It's College of Spirits, and what's the other one? Is it like a rogue one? I can't remember. Can't remember what it is.
Oh, I can't remember now. Google it, quick. I can't remember if there was another some. I just thought it was different races.
D&D Beyond.
There's two subclasses coming. Can't remember what the second one is. It's not wizard.
There's 3 new races.
Yeah,
So
that's the
Hexblood or Reborn, which is really cool.
It's the most recent UI that they released.
Yeah.
pretty cool.
College of Spirits and the Undead Pact Warlock.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, making a pact with the
So
undead.
how would that work then? So would that be like necromancy shit, basically?
Mm-hmm.
Like Oathbreaker Paladin sort of magic?
That'd be like your patron could be
bit.
Strahd, for example.
Yeah, could be a lich. Could be
Oh,
Zapanir.
okay, yeah.
Undead
Yeah.
dragon.
I'll have a
Zapanir.
bash on that. I'll have Zapanir as a patron.
Yeah, sounds awesome. Does sound awesome.
As long as I get to fly.
Could be Orfeo.
No, he's a prick.
Doesn't change his fucking power level, but
So how does a
yes, he's a
patron
prick.
bestow power? Because Strahd has his own power as a vampire lord, right? Then how would he give you warlock powers?
Strahd's a wizard though, so he can just.
Yeah.
Well, you've spoiled that. I haven't finished Curse of Strahd yet.
Met him for sure.
Yeah, I've met him. So he just obviously
Yeah, spoilers for anybody else listening.
soz her. So,
But yeah,
Or a module that's like.
but how do you still
usually
bestow
patrons
warlock?
are beings of immense power, so Orfeo wouldn't count as a patron, Zapanir maybe. But it's, yeah, so for that undead pact, you actually have to basically sell your soul to the devil, or sell your soul to the undead. So you almost become like an undead being yourself.
Okay.
There's different, it depends on your patron. So Celestial Warlock, like Dargon, he is given his life basically, or is offered his life up to be a champion of a particular god. That's being channeled now through Timael as the sort of the focal point for that power. But yeah, it's just it depends on the type of warlock you are. There's like the Archfey as well, which is just those sorts of. I think I've seen in some editions as well, or some games, the Raven Queen is actually a patron, a warlock patron as well.
Yeah.
Oh,
Which is really interesting.
I think I seriously might have to consider / talk with Matt about Mastermind Rogue, right? Because just reading about it, it actually links in with the College of Eloquence stuff and other character development things with Ander. So he's got the actor feat, so he can mimic people's voices. Yeah. He's got Silver Tongue, so he gets advantage on persuasion checks and deception checks. He can't roll lower than a 10. Obviously, College of Eloquence comes with unsettling words and stuff. Mastermind gives you proficiency with Disguise Kit and Forgery Kit, and you become an insightful manipulator at level 9.
Nice.
They kind of link together, don't they?
How many levels of rogue do you have?
I'm 7 and 3 at the minute.
7?
7 and 3.
Oh, so
7 rogues, 3 bad.
You could potentially do it next rogue level. Because it's on an ASI level, I think.
Usually has to have something happen though, but
Yeah, it's got to be like a. So I think it might. It'd have to be like if we I decided to go on a proper mission quest to find out.
Ultimately,
more
that's
about
my decision,
death.
by the way. If I deem it
Yeah.
worthy enough event to happen.
But what I'd have to do, I'd have to like gradually stop using the arcane trickster stuff, lean more towards College of Eloquence, so like stop using Mage Hand, stop using the roguey spells, and delve more into try and talk our way out of trouble. And
see, it doesn't have to be that slow transition. It can be some case with Tasha's. It could be something happens that is so earth-shaking to you as a character that you literally just go, I am now down this route. If you think of Paladins as the biggest example, for example, they could be an Oath of Conquest, but then something could happen and no, fuck it, I'm now Oath of Vengeance.
Well, I think it's easy to switch to an Oath of Vengeance Paladin, for example, or you have a
that's the
celestial
easiest
experience.
example. But even with your rogue, it could be something could happen that you could just go, I'm turning away from that arcane trickster now. This is the route I'm going down.
It'd probably be a
doesn't
dream.
have to be that.
It'd be something like I'd have a flush of vision and information and knowledge from Geth, like flush into my head. Do you know what I mean? And then I'm like awakened almost. It'd have to be something like that monumental rather than.
Gem.
You got the name right.
I was about to say, you also got the name right. I was quite silent and lost for words because he got it right.
Yeah, because I'm a mastermind.
I was also interested into what Samau had, suggested in our last level up, and that was now that Dargon's a warlock and does have spells from that, it feels a little more weird having the wizard spells through Eldritch Knight. And
Battlemaster.
Yeah, it was just like, what other things in Fighter could you get?
Well, actually, you said all that stuff you just explained. You're gonna have to be a samurai now.
I was just gonna say that samurai
with
thing.
With a warhammer.
Yeah, but a werebear samurai
sounds cool as fuck.
I mean, that sounds awesome.
Oh man, what are we doing?
that does sound awesome.
So, but again, it's one of those ones of like.
Or you could be a rune knight, I suppose.
Oh, bless you.
I've never. But then I don't know because you've got. It's not a rune on your chest, though, is it? It's a holy symbol, so that doesn't count.
Yeah, not really.
I got it confused.
Yeah, but that holy symbol is only there because he is a warlock.
Yeah. So it
Well,
could
basically,
disappear
samurai
again.
draws on
It's almost as a
fighting
mark
spirit
of
to
payload.
overcome enemies.
Yeah.
So you get a tireless spirit. So you get that links into what you were saying, fighting spirit and stuff like that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cool subclasses. I think when we started, we have to remember that we didn't have access to a lot of the rest of this, and a lot
Yeah, I
more
would
has
have been a
happened.
fucking
Even
human
in like the 2
if I'd
years that
known.
we've been doing that, the amount of source books that have come out is ridiculous. Like
Yeah,
Wizards of the Coast are just on it.
I'd have been
Yeah.
like a tabaxi or something.
And yeah, I think I definitely went down the Eldritch Knight just to like get a couple of spells, just so that I wasn't just a hammer. Because then I was like, why did
That's
I
why
not
I
go
picked up
barbarian?
Trickster,
But
so I could
I
try
intentionally
both,
didn't
yeah.
go barbarian because then was like, oh, big Goliath goes barbarian. I'm like, no, I want to do something different, but I'll do it close. So I went fighter, and so yeah, that's how I went.
think back to that session 0, though. Everybody in that group was like, "Oh, yeah, I want to do a little bit of this, but also a little bit of that." So they sort of delved into those
but also
subclasses,
learn it, I
which gave them
suppose.
The best
Yeah.
of both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was fun.
So basically,
trying
we're
to
all
get
going to
through
have a
the last round to find
metamorphosis
out
and all
without
change
a
our
healer.
subclasses. And Kieran could just be there counting his spells. Counting his spells.
I know it depends how many levels he goes into fighter.
Fighter he wants.
Yeah.
Well,
Also
yeah, you'll have to
depends
pick
what
an
he's going to
archetype.
do, whether he's going to go full subclass fighter as well.
Yeah.
What, and start getting
What-
like
what would
Eldritch
you pick?
Fighter in Eldritch Knight in Fighter, and then get some wizard spells on top of Cleric.
Depends on the subclass, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Really depends
Depends
on
on
that
what-
subclass.
As I say,
Depends
so
on what
many
it goes.
others. Wow, that'd be quite cool.
I know what if obviously I haven't decided, and obviously it's influenced by the story. But at the moment, I think he might go as far as an archetype, but I don't. I have an idea which one, but depends where it goes. Depends where it goes.
Oh, it'd be tough.
What would it be?
There's one that I looked at it. There's one that looked at it and I was like, this kind of makes sense within everything that's happening, and yeah.
I leant towards Rune Knight, but then because you know lots of things about symbols and stuff, but you've got too many spells. You don't need extra help with that shit.
Don't know.
Would you become a Psy Warrior? Nah, you just.
Nah, not Psy Warrior.
The fuck's an Echo Knight?
Think I know what it.
Echo Knight. Echo Knights are so cool.
Echo Knight.
Echo Knight's so awesome. Yeah. Oh god. You just create a second fighter in the field. It's like it's crazy.
Yeah. Just there you go.
It's so good, and you can then swap positions with them. And it's just crazy. I love it so much. Yeah. Echo Knights is just awesome.
There is a lot of great subclasses and archetypes and those sorts of things that just don't get used very often. So, Blade-singing wizards is always one of my favourite, and it does not get used enough.
Which one?
A Blade Singer.
Blade Singers, wizards, so awesome.
Yep. Wizards with Rage.
Doesn't get used enough.
Please.
And the ability to just flash through like some sort of weird ninja film.
Yeah.
Very awesome.
The problem is, if I was to create a character now, I've tried to create characters. I've created characters since we've done this. But I've tried to link them to the campaign in case I need them as backup characters, because there was a time where I thought I was going to die every week. But if I was to create just a character from scratch, just for some, I would not know what to do. I'd be there for fucking days trying to decide on subclass and race.
I still want to try my first backup character choice, just because it is, I think, quite different. I
can kill Dargon off for you if you want.
No, really not, because I'm attached. But it's one of those ones I do really want to sort of try it out. But also because of the RP would be quite or very different, so that would be another interesting one. So yeah,
this is the thing. Like once you create your first character, you just start creating more and more.
Yeah.
Here's all the characters I'll never get to play.
Yeah.
Especially for Matt. He has to make them NPCs instead.
Yep.
Well, I think including NPCs, I am currently at 56 different characters.
Yeah.
So what race and subclasses? Fresh fish.
Yeah, okay, that's just a human. Literally just a random NPC at the minute.
Nah, he's the BBEG. We know it.
He is the key to all of it. Yeah.
He's the archfey who's been pulling all the strings and just watching and laughing.
Yeah. He's
He's not actually saying fresh fish. He's saying another word in a different language that we don't know yet.
It's thieves' camp for something that you've not discovered yet, mate.
Exactly.
That's the
Thieves' Camp book.
It's the incantation that's keeping the wild magic on.
You just have to say that every
day.
Yeah. I have to say it every 10 seconds.
It's like detect magic. It runs out every 10 minutes, so he just has to say it again and again and again.
Otherwise, the universe will implode. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the secret creator of the whole universe. Yeah, he just has to sit there in the center of it.
Fresh fish, dude.
Fresh fish.
If that does end up being
go full copyright and go £1 fish.
£1 fish, very, very nice.
Do you remember him? Fucking hell,
that was
he made a resurgence like a couple of months ago.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
If you think about it, though, we've all had there's been cycles of obsessions. Like it was Crazy Frog, £1 Fish, whatever was in between that, then Baby Shark.
Oh God, Baby Shark.
There's like every so often there's that thing that just haunts people for a few months and won't go away.
Gangnam Style as well.
Yeah.
It's true. Yeah.
Cha-Cha Slide, Mambo Number 5.
But at least Gangnam Style was a decent song. Crazy Frog and Baby Shark. I mean, in 15 years' time, there's going to be a club somewhere that's going to like have a cheesy pop night, and instead of dropping Steps or Spice Girls like we would have, it's just going to drop Baby Shark, and there'll be loads of 19-year-olds just going.
There'll be remixes of it.
Yeah.
Oh man.
If drum and bass still exists, or that's going to be shy.
I think you've literally just described my version of hell.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we'll still be in Nylin.
Level 9.
Yeah. With grey hair and a drinking problem.
Is this where Samal starts to get on about levels again?
Yeah. Not level 9, level 10.
Level 10, yeah.
Level 10.
Yeah. Oh dear.
God.
Oh, good stuff.
Wow. Yeah.
Well,
What
wait and see what
are
happens
we
next
going
week.
to do? What are we going to do?
Hopefully
gonna
wake
choose
up
sleep
next
first.
week.
Sleep. Yes. Let's all get to sleep because it is very late. So let's do some stuff here. Thank you very much for joining in to Malt, Magic and More. I hope you enjoyed Wednesday evening with us, chatting about our campaign. Do please follow us on Twitch, subscribe to us on YouTube, and follow us on our socials. You can find all of our schedules on our socials, but we've got Monday and Wednesdays for our Twitch live streams, and then Friday and Sundays is when we release those videos. And you can also find our main episode on your podcast platform of choice. Please go and find that one, and do say just give us a like or a subscribe wherever you can. We would really appreciate it, and we look forward to seeing you next week.